Hello and welcome to ED Insight, where we get you a 360-degree view of the big picture in business and economy. I'm Sridhar Ramakrishnan. On the show, our top story first. Last year was horrible for Indian IT and BPO companies. With the US still in recession, thousands of workers lost their jobs. But this year, things look very, very different. The top IT companies, including TCS, Infosys and Wipro, are talking of hiring 30,000 workers each. Now it's outsourcing that turned India into an emerging market phenomenon. So the return of jobs in this sector is great news for the country. Prem Shankar gets you the story.
4 years ago, Hyderabad-based Ankit Bakshi enrolled for a biotechnology course in Chennai's SRM University. It was a lucrative career option with companies coming to campus and hiring engineers a year before they passed out. But the global economic meltdown in 2008 washed away the dreams of many of these youngsters. Uncertainty loomed large and many placement offers were withdrawn. But this year, the cheer has returned to the campus.
We are definitely better off our seniors as a whole university also, because the percentage of people who have been placed are more.
Ankit has a job offer from TCS promising him a salary of 3.3 lakh rupees per annum. He is among the 1,000 students who have been placed in less than 50 days since the university began its placement drive in the first week of January.
All my friends, literally all my friends had got placed in TCS. So when they were partying, there was a little bit complex building inside me. I did not get placed only because I missed the company. But I was lucky that within 2 days Wipro came and I gave total determination that I have to get into this company. And I sat and then everything fell for my side only.
Almost all good students have got placed. Around more than 50% have got placed. So everybody is happy. Now we have started, okay, let's enjoy 2 months. We have 2 months. We have struggled for 2 years for placements. Now we got placed. Everybody is happy. Now we are planning parties.
Much of that joy has come because of IT companies which have recruited nearly 800 of 1,000 students placed here. And TCS leads the pack with as many as 400 new recruits. Companies are paying these engineers about 3 to 4 lakh rupees a year and have promised a 20% hike in salary on completion of 1 year. SRM University is not alone. IT and ITES companies are visiting campuses across the nation, handing out offer letters.
We are looking at a gross addition of about 30,000 people this year. Approximately 70% will be freshers and the remaining 30% will be experienced professionals across various skill sets.
TCS wants to hire 30,000 people, Infosys is reportedly looking for 24,000 people and Wipro another 25,000.
We know what we need to bring in from a fresher pool because we tap into not only engineering grads but also BScs and other people. So there we are kind of on track to hire whatever we want to know. But we don't set a number target like that. And the laterals are of course depending on the overall market situation. But I would say for people looking to have careers in IT, it's a good time.
It's not just the top-notch IT companies that are looking at hiring aggressively. Tier 2 companies are sprucing up their recruitments too. For instance, Pune-based Zensar is planning to recruit 1,000 professionals in the next 1 year. And Hexaware Technologies has stated that it will hire about 500 fresh engineers this year. iGate and Mindtree will add 1,500 and 1,000 employees to their workforce respectively.
This year we are looking to hire close to about 2,500 to about 3,000 net new employees.
The case is the same with BPOs too.
For Genpact, we'll hire 9 to 10,000 people during this calendar year. The bulk of it, about 80% will probably be in India. The rest will be in China and Guatemala and new countries where we're hoping to open centers in Eastern Europe, etc. We hire mainly at the junior level and promote from within to the very senior level. So we'll hire at middle and junior level and then promote from within to senior level.
The reason for additional hiring in the IT and ITES sector is because key demand indicators in the last 2 quarters are looking up. Deal flow has increased, volumes are growing, pricing is stabilizing, and companies have posted better results in the past 2 quarters. NASSCOM estimates that in financial year 2010, IT, software and services industry revenues will touch $63.7 billion, provide direct employment to nearly 2.3 million and indirect employment to 8.2 million people. The industry body says that IT services are expected to grow by 2.4% in 2010 and 4.2% in 2011. So what are the areas that will see new job creations?
Well, primarily in cloud computing, shared services and selective outsourcing. With government expenditure across the world on a rise, infrastructure and security will provide lucrative career options. And so will finance and accounting, healthcare and HR outsourcing.
So there's no dearth of jobs, but what about salaries? Well, this time salaries and incentives are closer to the ground and hiring is need-based.
We believe that even though competition would continue to grow, there would be a lot more of moderation, there'd be a lot more of thought around what is the value add that's coming in from paying out that additional dollars or additional rupees.
Instead of just having a short-term incentive which is paid out at the end of the year, there could be things which are, more mid-term in nature, not as long as five years, but more 2 to 3 years, some kind of a deferred cash incentives. Which has also an overlay of the performance as it happens over the next few years.
According to Mercer, salaries in the IT and ITES sector will rise 9.1% in 2010 versus 4.7% last year. One may think that the increase is not substantial considering what the IT and ITES sector has seen in the past. But there's a reason for this slow and steady approach.
I think people are more circumspect. They want to ensure that this round of the upturn will sustain itself and is not a short-term blip. So I think to that extent it is cautious optimism, but definitely optimism that is translating into numbers, projection, hiring and onboarding of people.
Never mind the caution. The point is that opportunities are coming knocking on the doors of those who have waited. Those in doubt can satisfy themselves with this commercial, which is back in circulation after a year-long hiatus.
So IT and BPO are back on track. But what about a whole host of other services that took a beating as well last year? That story is coming up after this short break. Don't go away.
We see a lot of our own people being poached by competitors. So it's definitely picking up. The moment that begins to happen, you know that hiring is taking place.
Well, the compensation structures were flat last year, and